What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Zubimendi to Liverpool transfer update video, because David Lynch and Fabrizio Romano provided huge updates in the Zubimendi transfer saga. But first, let me wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays if you are celebrating the holidays. My wish is for you guys to just subscribe if you haven't already, because like half of you guys who are watching these videos aren't subscribed, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And if you enjoy these, leave a like, it really helps the YouTube algorithm. So David Lynch discusses Zubimendi's transfer prospects for Liverpool, because it looks like Zubimendi changed his mind and now he's open to a January transfer, which alerted Liverpool and of course other clubs as well who want Zubimendi. Sorry if my voice is not the usual high standard, but I have a cold. It's not serious, but the voice is not that great. So speaking to Dave Davis, David Lynch highlighted Liverpool's midfield depth as a concern. Liverpool have to be pragmatic. They have got talent, but the squad's balance isn't perfect. Injuries and form dips leave gaps that need addressing. This brings players like Zubimendi, a technically fantastic holding midfielder, to the forefront of transfer rumors. And David Lynch also delved into Liverpool's transfer priorities for the January transfer window. And Liverpool have signed big players in the January transfer window before. Luis Suarez, Virgil van Dijk, Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo were all signed in the January transfer window, where pretty much nobody expected Liverpool to sign these players, apart from maybe Suarez and Van Dijk as well. And Liverpool's recent matches underscore the need for composure and stability, because Liverpool conceded 3 goals against Newcastle, 2 goals against Fulham, and we sometimes looked shaky against Southampton in the second half as well, but that was with Liverpool's second team. And David Lynch said that the fatigue and workload is catching up with key players like Andy Robertson. I think it's just legs, I really do, because, you know, Andy Robertson in the absence of Tsimikas had to play pretty much every game. And Zubimendi, who is a crucial player for Real Sociedad, absolutely fits the mold of what Arne Slot wants from a defensive midfielder, and he has been sensational for Spain in the Euros as well. The fact that Liverpool comfortably won the expected goals against Fulham with 10 men says a lot about their resilience, but it also emphasizes the need to reinforce. And Zubimendi would bring 2 critical attributes to Liverpool: defensive solidity, because he's a natural anchor capable of shielding the backline, and ball progression. He's calm under pressure, and his passing range mirrors what Liverpool have missed since maybe Fabinho's peak. While Arne Slot's tactics rely on fluid positional play, a defensive midfielder like Zubimendi offers the platform for attacking players to thrive, something Liverpool desperately need, particularly when managing tight games. Robertson's recent struggles were a focal point of David Lynch's analysis, because Robertson gave away 2 penalties in the last 4 games and he got a red card as well, so it's not great. He gave away a penalty against Real Madrid, but thankfully Kelleher saved Mbappe's penalty. Liverpool's inability to rotate him effectively has exposed their reliance on a single player in a very demanding role. Thankfully Tsimikas came back against Southampton. He played the second half and he looked really good. So if Tsimikas is fully fit now, I would actually start Tsimikas at left back against Tottenham. And this just highlights the need for cover and competition in crucial positions, and we don't really have a cover for Gravenberch, because yeah, Curtis Jones can play there, but then who is the cover of McAllister? And though Arne Slot doesn't fancy Endo, hopefully yesterday's performance and man of the match performance by Endo will show Arne Slot that he can trust Endo in this role, and he can maybe take the workload off a little bit from McAllister and Gravenberch. So Liverpool are going to need that extra bit of quality to push for the Premier League title. There's still so much to be positive about, but reinforcements are essential for Liverpool in the January transfer window. And Zubimendi would be the perfect solution for Liverpool's midfield, because, as I said, Gravenberch already played a lot of minutes. We will take a look at the workload of the midfielders in the second part of the video, but there is an overwhelming amount of positives. But Liverpool need to get back to winning ways quickly. David Lynch said this after the Fulham game, but thankfully Liverpool won against Southampton, and we will find out tonight after the Arsenal-Man United League Cup quarter-final who do we get in the semi-finals. But the majority of you guys said that you want Manchester United because they look like they are the weakest team out of all the teams, but that maybe would be a little bit too much emotionally and physically for the Liverpool players, and maybe I think Tottenham would be an ideal opponent. I don't really want to play Arsenal. They are the strongest team left in the competition apart from Liverpool. And Robertson claims that Liverpool will be ready to revisit the Martin Zubimendi interest in the January transfer window. And Zubimendi was Liverpool's top priority in the summer, but he changed his mind at the last second, and it was a well-documented transfer saga. And even though Gravenberch has been very impressive in this deep-lying midfield role, Liverpool need another body there because Gravenberch has already played more than his average minutes in a whole season. In less than half a season, Gravenberch played more minutes than on average per season he usually plays. Fabrizio said the midfield also remains an area of interest for Liverpool, with Martin Zubimendi remaining very high on Liverpool's list after the negotiations last summer collapsed due to Zubimendi's desire to stay at Real Sociedad. So there is no specific need for January, but if an opportunity arises, Liverpool will be ready. And it looks like the opportunity is there because Zubimendi changed his mind and Zubimendi wants to leave Real Sociedad now, with Real Sociedad not giving him a new contract and not paying him more money, and Real Sociedad not challenging for trophies in any of the competitions that they are in. Zubimendi probably realized if he wants to take another step in his career, he needs to leave. And Zubimendi, even though Man City are interested in Zubimendi, he has reservations about joining Man City because he thinks that he will be understudy to the Rodri once Rodri comes back. And also Man City at the moment are in absolutely disastrous form. 1 win in 11 games for Manchester City, which is pretty shocking for a team who won 4 Premier League titles in a row. And another journalist is reporting that Liverpool have been alerted that Martin Zubimendi is now open to a move, which was reported in the Times newspaper. So Zubimendi has changed his mind regarding his transfer stance, and his change of heart has alerted Liverpool and of course other Premier League clubs like Manchester City and Arsenal. And Ryan Gravenberch has been one of the standout players of the season for Arne Slot, but he is getting overplayed massively. Arne Slot informed Gravenberch that he was his main man, leading to him playing every match this season in the Premier League and in the Champions League. He has featured in all 20 games, accumulating 1,777 minutes, with the potential availability of Zubimendi. That may attract Liverpool's attention, but it would be hard to justify reducing Gravenberch's minutes, according to this journalist. But I will justify reducing Gravenberch's minutes in just a minute if you listen to this video further. Because look at this. This is the current rate of minutes played, and the line is the season average for each player across the last 3 seasons. And you can see that already Trent Alexander-Arnold is over his season average. Conor Bradley, Robertson, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, but the standout is Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch played so many more minutes than he usually plays, and Curtis Jones as well played a lot of minutes. So this extrapolates, of course, the minutes already played for a full season on average. So Gravenberch, at this stage of a season, usually plays around 40% of the minutes that he has already played. That's what this graphic means, but you can see here the projected minutes for the minimum number of games that Liverpool have left. So if Liverpool don't win another game in the Champions League, if they don't win another game in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, this is the projected minutes. 6 players are already over their career high most minutes played, and 9 other players are very close. But the big standouts are, of course, Kevin Kelleher, he's the second from the top, and of course Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, Ibrahima Konate and McAllister. Probably the reason why Konate got injured, of course, it was very unlucky a nasty collision with Hendrick, and that almost wrecked the Liverpool season because without Konate we conceded a lot more goals recently in the Premier League. I think that's not a coincidence. Joe Gomez and Kwanzaa are just not as good as Konate. It's not a rocket science to figure that out. But as you can see, Szoboszlai is already dangerously close to his career high. Trent Alexander-Arnold as well, Virgil van Dijk, Alexis McAllister, sorry, Kevin is his brother. And this is another news outlet that is reporting that Martin Zubimendi is open to leaving Real Sociedad. So this is why, these are the metrics of that I wanted to show of why Liverpool want and need to sign Martin Zubimendi. Because if we keep playing Gravenberch in every game, and McAllister in almost every game, and Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai in almost every game, that's not enough rotation. We need one more. And if Endo is not really fancied by Arne Slot, and he has got very little minutes so far this season, then we need another body. Because, I mean, Curtis Jones, Gravenberch and McAllister, these are 3 players who are rotating 2 positions, the 2 holding midfield role positions. And that's too much. Gravenberch is already getting overplayed. Curtis Jones as well. And Gravenberch hasn't been injured yet. But if he keeps playing in the red zone, and that's why it was very important that Gravenberch and Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai all got rested against Southampton, because they will be fully fresh for the Tottenham game. But if they keep getting overplayed, they will get injured sooner or later. It's just a law of averages, and there is a limit on the human body. And if you continue performing in the red zone, which means that you are, playing 90 minutes every 3 days or almost every 3 days, you are going to, the chance of injury increases massively. And this January window for FSG and Liverpool FC is a window of opportunity. And of course, it depends on what players are available. But we already signed Luis Suarez, Van Dijk, Gakpo and Luis Diaz in the January transfer window. And we also move when others move on our targets. Just like with Gakpo and Luis Diaz, that's exactly what happened. Gakpo was wanted by Man United, we signed him very quickly. Luis Diaz was wanted by Tottenham, we signed him very quickly. Hopefully somebody moves for Zubimendi, Arsenal or Man City, and that will alert Liverpool and pounce on him. And if I was Zubimendi, I would sign for Liverpool right now. Because the Man City project, who knows where it goes, who knows whether they will get relegated or not, and they are not really in the title race right now. Arsenal also are struggling this season, and Arteta's brand of football is not as exciting as Liverpool's brand of football. Of course, signing a defender would be also fantastic, and I think signing Kerkez in January and Zubimendi in January would be such an absolutely insane double transfer for Liverpool to show the exact statement of intent that we want to see from the club, that they are serious about wanting to win trophies and titles. What an absolutely fantastic and sensational double transfer it would be from Liverpool. Can you imagine if Liverpool signed Kerkez and Zubimendi into a January transfer window? I would be actually very confident of Liverpool winning the title, because then we would have more than enough bodies in almost all areas of the pitch to sustain almost any kind of injuries. Of course, apart from Van Dijk, Salah, or Alisson getting injured. But even Alisson getting injured didn't really hurt Liverpool, because Kelleher is such a sensational goalkeeper. Salah, Van Dijk, and maybe Gravenberch are the 3 players that at the moment currently would worry me the most if they got injured. But we can shore up the midfield if we sign Zubimendi. So please, Liverpool, make it happen. I really want Gravenberch to get rested sometimes, and with Endo not being fancied by Arne Slot, I think we need Zubimendi to come in the January transfer window. Maybe Endo's performance against Southampton hopefully convinces Arne Slot that until we sign Zubimendi, Endo should get more minutes, just to give some rest to Gravenberch, just to give some rest to McAllister and Curtis Jones. If 4 players rotate between the 2 holding midfield positions, I think it would be a lot more ideal for managing the fitness and the sharpness of these players. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear your opinion as well in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.